Listen and choose the correct answers.
And just in case you need reminding, the latest Doctor Who series comes to American TV stations on Saturday. I, for one, am very excited. The new Doctor will be played by actor Matt Smith. Will he be as good as the last Doctor, the extremely popular David Tennant? We'll have to wait and see. But to celebrate this great moment, I have a big Doctor Who fan here with me in the studio. Laura Littleton, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Now, Laura, believe it or not, I was talking to a young woman the other day, and she didn't believe me when I told her I used to watch Doctor Who when I was a child in the 1970s. She had no idea of the history of the show.
Well, I think that's very true of many teenagers. The thing is, the show originally ran in the UK from 1963 to 1989. It was also seen on American public television stations during this time. Then it stopped until 2005, when a new series was launched. That's why many teenagers think that the 2005 series was the first one.
And why do you think the show has been so popular both here in the US and in the UK? I know there are a lot of people who love science fiction, but this show seems to appeal to everyone.
Well, I'm not sure that I would describe it as pure science fiction. In fact, one of the things that has made the show popular is that the episodes are so different. It's a mix of different kinds of programs. So, for example, one show might be comedy, and the next might be real horror. You always get something different.
Now, one thing I've never really understood is who exactly is the Doctor. I mean, I know he's a Time Lord, but what does that mean?
Okay, the Time Lords are a race of beings who live on the planet Gallifrey. These Time Lords have the ability to travel through space and time and change the ways of the universe. Now, the Time Lords said that they would never change anything in the universe, but the Doctor doesn't agree with that. So he does travel around and change things.
A real troublemaker.
Well, not really. He only does it because he wants to fight evil and help people who need help.
Of course.
Now, to help him travel around the universe, the Doctor has a time travel machine called the TARDIS. From the outside, this looks like a tiny blue police telephone booth, or call box, as they say in the UK. But of course, inside it's huge.
One of the best things about Doctor Who is, of course, the great monsters he has to face. Which are your favorite ones?
That's an almost impossible question to answer. How can I choose? There are the Silurians, and the Judoon, and of course the Daleks. I mean, they're all great. But the best new monster must be the Weeping Angels.
The Weeping Angels?
Yes, they're these stone statues that move when no one's looking at them, so they creep up on people and crush them to death.
I don't think I've seen them, but they do sound very scary. My favorites, though, will always be the Daleks. Remember that crazy way they used to say, "Exterminate"? When I was a kid and I heard that, I used to hide behind my sofa.
I think we all did. The Daleks were pretty scary monsters.
Now, another thing that I never quite understood is how the Doctor can change his appearance.
Well, the original Doctor was played by William Hartnell, but he got sick and couldn't play the Doctor anymore. They had to think of a way to save the show, so they came up with the idea that every time a Time Lord gets old or wounded in battle, his body transforms so that he looks like a new person. This meant they could change the actor and continue with the series.
How many Doctors have there been?
Since William Hartnell, there have been 10 other Doctors.
And what about Matt Smith? Have you any word on whether he'll be any good?
Well, I've actually had a sneak preview, and I have to say, he's excellent.
And his assistant?
Amy Pond? Yes, Karen Gillan looks like she'll do a great job. She seems to be very much a classic assistant,
Which is?
a young woman from present-day Earth, like most of the Doctor's assistants, although there have been a few assistants from the past and the future, too.
Well, it's all very exciting, and I must say that I, for one, will be glued to my TV set this Saturday evening. Laura, thank you so much for sharing all this with us.